Achieving your ideal practice requires you to be a contrarian. You will never get there following the mainstream down the path of products, pricing, and performance, but you can get there through processes and platform partnership. We'll dive into this next.
This is The Rare Advisor, proud to be a part of the Advisor Advancement Network and home of a business model supercharged by recurring and repeatable events. Your host is Mike Walters, CEO of USA Financial. He is an investment advisor representative of and securities are offered through USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Hey, today I want to talk to you about achieving your ideal practice, and it requires you to be a contrarian. But first, I want to ask a favor. If you enjoy the deep dives that we do here at The Rare Advisor, talking about content that's important to advisors to help them grow their business, please subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up. Let us know we're doing a good job. We're on the right track. This is the kind of stuff you like to learn and hear more about, and we'll keep delivering. But that's super important for us to keep this machine rolling, to make sure that we're able to continue to bring you this kind of content. We need that support. We need those subscriptions. We need those thumbs up. So thank you. Thank you. Now back to our topic. Achieving your ideal practice requires you to be a contrarian. If you go with the flow in the industry, you will never achieve your personal ideal practice. If you follow that mainstream down the path of products, pricing, and performance, you will get lost in a quagmire and you will become nothing but a glorified sales pest. That is not what any of us wants for you. So, are products, pricing, and performance important? Sure they are. We'll get to that at a certain stage. But that's not what creates or maintains your ideal practice. How do you get there? You get there through processes, and you get there through a platform partnership that you can rely on that walks through and guides you through this journey, this adventure of building your ideal practice. So, where do we start? We start by understanding what matters and what can be controlled, right? What matters, what can be controlled, where do they overlap? That's where we want to live. That's what you can spend your time on most effectively and efficiently in building the ideal practice. Are you working too many hours? Do you have inconsistent revenue streams? Do you live or die by each and every prospect that comes through your doorway? Do you have to run endless marketing campaigns, endless seminar events? Do you have a lot of staff turnover? Are you chained to your desk? You never get to go on vacation? Are you working 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week and wondering how advisors who are more successful than you've ever dreamed are working 20 and 30 hours a week? It's this very topic, the discussion of the ideal practice. Being a contrarian is what will get you here. So if you're unable to duplicate your best clients consistently and regularly, there's a process to fix that problem. All of these things, these are all the various things that matter and can be controlled, right? What does not help is product pricing and performance. What will help is having processes and having the platform partner that can help you deliver on those processes. So the ideal practice requires what I'll call an ideal partner. So what does that really mean? Well, your ideal practice is different from everybody else's ideal practice. Your ideal partner may or may not be different from others' ideal partners. There's so many choices in the marketplace. Financial services is a huge space. There's all kinds of different people that'll help you do all kinds of different things. But are they the right things? Are they the things that will deliver for you an ideal practice? That's what we want to craft. That's what we want to create, right? It's about not only creating value in our community, creating value in our own business, but it's about creating value in your lifestyle. What do I want my ideal practice to truly, truly be? Okay. So let me take it out of this industry for a second, because sometimes the analogy outside the industry is easier to help digest within. You can't see the forest for the trees. You know how that story goes, right? So here we go. Let's look at education, college education. There's so much information about this right now because of the pandemic and how it's affected colleges and everything. But on that broad spectrum, on one extreme, we've got Ivy League schools. On the other extreme, we have community colleges. Ivy League schools have about a 5% acceptance rate. Community colleges have a 100% acceptance rate. Some advisors have a 5% acceptance rate for new clients. They have requirements. They only want to fit a certain niche. Some take 100% of everybody, right? Same with various institutions. Some will take everybody. Some only have a certain acceptance rate. And there's all these steps in between. There's all these variations, right? And the right answer isn't the right answer or the same answer for everyone. It's different, right? So there are huge organizations, there are small organizations. What I will simply remind you of is there is a thing called the law of familiarity or loyalty fatigue. Do you want to become a number lost in the crowd? Do you want to become a small cog in a big machine? By the way, some people do, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But as an entrepreneur, oftentimes that's not in your best interest. Because again, you need that partnership relationship. You need the person who you're partnering with to truly know who you are, to understand your business, to help guide you and walk you through and build the processes for you or provide the back office streamlining for you. These are all things that come into the list of what's going to help make you an ideal practice. They're all different. They're different for everybody, right? You know, LPL, great organization, has 19,000 or so registered reps right now. They are, many people will say that's their best choice. Interestingly, I just read last week, in fact, it was in Financial Advisor IQ, it was in Barron's, that LPL is saying, hey, they're capable of and they're targeting to grow to 300,000 reps. They're at 19,000 today, 300,000 reps. Nobody's ever come anywhere close to that before. Well, let's say they actually can do that. Maybe they can. More power to them if they can. But if I'm an advisor, do I really want to be number 292,646 on that list of 300,000? I don't. Somebody might want to be, and that's fine. But what is my ideal practice? And remember, it's a contrarian way of thinking. It's not about products, price, and performance. It's about building the ideal practice by having processes, because you are what's for sale. Your expertise, your authority, your trustworthiness, your knowledge, your wisdom, your ability to communicate, the development of the plans. It's not, you don't want to live and die on performance, because again, you won't last long if that's what you're building your practice on. But if you're building it on processes and systems, that will withstand virtually any storm, be it a financial crisis, a pandemic, or whatever. It's also what creates top valuations for a business. Now, that may or may not be important to you right now, but one day it will be. And I would also argue what gives you a top valuation in the marketplace on paper is also probably what gives you a top valuation with your customers, with your family, with your lifestyle, with your staff. Those systems, those processes, the ability to know I can push these buttons and I can flip these levers and something very predictable is going to happen because of that. Now I've got a business. I'm no longer a sole proprietorship. Pretty hard to find somebody who wants to buy your job. A lot of people would want to buy your business if you're running a good business. And a good business is an ideal practice for you because there are other people who would love to purchase an ideal practice. There are people and customers who would love to be part of an ideal practice. And they would love to see you work with other people they know, and they'll help you duplicate themselves. These are things that cannot happen if you're chasing products, pricing, and performance. These are only things that can happen if you're chasing the processes and the partnerships. So how do we do this? We start with your story, right? What are your goals? What are your barriers? What's the list that makes up what your ideal practice would look like? How does that fit into your lifestyle? How does that fit into your work life? And then how can your ideal partner help get you there. So these are really, really high altitude topics that we're talking about today. I know that it's hard sometimes to kind of remove yourself at that level, especially when as soon as you get done watching this, you're going to walk into the next client appointment. But I'm asking you, carve off time to work on your business, not just in your business. And if you'd like, give us a call. We're here to help. This is what we do all day, every day. We'll get you hooked up with our business development team. They'll bring in our advisor protocol team. This is the stuff we do regularly for advisors that work with USA Financial. We build out the processes, marketing processes, hiring processes, financial processes, duplicating top clientele processes, prospecting processes, event processes, right on down the list. These are the things that will buy you an ideal practice. Hey, have a great one. Can't wait till we talk again next time.